with the Ultimate Racing League for round 6 at Bathurst. The very iconic track. Everyone loves this track, and it's gonna be a brilliant couple of races for you. So obviously a little bit of info first before we do anything for this track. Obviously it's 3.8 miles long. It's got 22 turns, and it is a real world circuit. And there are some tricky bends, and I think probably the trickiest bend probably will when you come over to Skyline and into the dipper, which will probably be the trickiest bit. So we'll see how they do when they come to that section. So anyway, obviously for this race they are all in GR3 cars, and it's literally soft tyres throughout the race, no pit stops, and as you can see we are in midnight, so it's a very dark race, so it will be difficult. So that's even makes it even more of a challenge. But anyway, so let me stop chatting and let's go to the grid. So there obviously was no qualifying. It was for race 1, it was done by number generated. So Peter got pole, Storm got second, Stealth third, Grasshopper 4th, Osborne 5th, Mini 6th, Bryce 7th, Phaser 8th. Let me 8th. Yeah, let's go. 8th. Unforgiven 9th. Rufus, aka myself, is 10th. Silly Shot 11th. And Deck is in 12th. So let's get this race on the way and see how everyone does. So all the lights go out and they're on their way. Coming up to Hell's Corner for the first time, which can be a tricky one sometimes if you get it wrong. Going up now, they're going to go up the mountain straight. Everyone's still all good. Everyone got around the first corner without an issue. Oh, looks like Mini had an issue right at the beginning. Let's go now back and have a look, see what happened to him. Oh, he had a really bad start there, unfortunately for Mini there. So he's got a bit of catching up. Rufus had a bit of a bad start, so he's got some catching up to do as well. So Storm's already there, trying to get past Peter, coming up to Griffin's Bend. Well, you got these guys behind, they're 3 abreast here. All trying to get ahead of each other, giving each other a race. Up next, they're going to come up to... Oh, Peter got the cutting a bit wrong there. And then Starvagale's corner. Storm's still trying to get past Peter at the moment. Peter's doing a good job keeping Storm and getting behind him. Now they're coming through the skyline and now into the dipper for the first time. Now bottom of the dipper onto pass through Forest Elbow and onto Conrod Straight, and they've already pulled off a little bit of a gap to Stealth, who's got Grasshopper Oz behind him. Well, is Grasshopper going to try and make a move here? He is. He's trying to make a move on Stealth. There's the Grasshopper. And he gets it done. Oz is trying to go for a cheeky move around the outside of Stealth, and he does it. So Oz is up to 4th now, with Stealth's dropped down to 5th. He's got Bry right behind him, trying to, as he's going around Murray's corner. And then Bry is there in 6th, he's chasing Stealth. Phaser there is 7th. There's Deck there is in 8th. Went out a little, got that bit wrong. That's allowed Rufus to literally go up the inside of him to get up to 8th place. Deck does have a half a second penalty at the moment. Unforgiven is there in 10th. Silly Shot is there in 11th. And Mini is, after his bad start, he is back up to the back of Mini. Oh, there's a yellow flag. What's happened here? Oh, Bry's had a spin on Griffin's corner. Let's go have a look, see what happened to him. Coming up to Griffin's bend. Coming up to Griffin's bend. Oh, unfortunately got that all wrong. Hit somehow, and he's lost it now. He's going all the way back. Go all the way to the back of the field, so that's going to be really unfortunate for him. He's going to have some work to do. So anyway, back up to the front. Storm has taken the lead. Now, and obviously last time out, like obviously round 5, Storm dominated both races. Is Storm going to do the same here and dominate against these 2 races? He is literally in the championship. He is dominating it. Can anyone catch Storm? He is flying high at the moment. So anyway, he's pulled a lead over Peter now, with Oz trying to close that gap onto him. Going down Conrad Straight again, coming up to the chase. Just getting around the chase without an issue. Oh, Phaser went a bit wide there. Oh, he's going to spinsy winsy. He was coming down to the boat. Looks like he was fighting with Stealth. Coming into the chase, and he just wasn't able to slow down enough. So that's allowed. So obviously Stealth's got to be with him, but now he's got Rufus all behind him, all over his rear bumper. Let's go on board with Stealthy. Going down the pit straight. Coming up to Hell's Corner now. Now going to go up Mountain Straight. He's got Rufus all on his rear bumper still, looking to try and get past him. They are both in the Merc AMG 20, so both in the same car. Looks like Rufus is looking for a pass here on Stealth on the inside, and he is on the and he does get past Stealthy. So that's Rufus now up to 5th, Stealth down to 6th. Unforgiven is there, and Stealth has gone completely wide on the cutting there. Deck's there in 8th, Silly's there in 9th, Mini's there in 10th, Bry's there in 11th, and Phaser there in 12th. So anyway, lap 3, Storm still has the lead. Just about to go through Forest Elbow onto Conrad Straight. With Oz now. Oz is now in 2nd and chasing down Stormageddon, trying to see if he can catch him and put Storm under pressure. And Pete is there in 3rd, doing a good job at the moment, keeping that third place warm. But he does have Grasshopper chasing him down quite quickly, coming through the chase now with him, coming through the chase with Grasshopper right behind him, coming down to Murray's corner. And going on the pit straight once again. And there's Ruthless all on his own at the moment. They're in 5th place. Unforgiven is literally just a little bit behind him. Oh, there's a yellow flag. What's that? Oh, Grasshopper's at the spin. What's happened to Grasshopper? So he's come into Hell's Corner. And he's got it all wrong. Literally got it all wrong. Coming out of Hell's Corner. That's why it's called Hell. Because it is a hell of a corner. So now let's put Grasshopper down to 6th. And now let's put Rufus up to 4th. With Unforgiven into 5th. Grasshopper now is down to 6th. And he's got Deck chasing him down now, trying to get that 6th place off of him. With Silly Shot not too far behind them either. And Mini is there as well in 9th, so this is like they're not too far apart from each other, so there is about between the 4th. Stealth is obviously down there in 10th. Bry there in 11th, trying to close that gap, coming into, just come through Skyline, and now going into the Dipper, right behind Stealth, and Mini's come off. Mini's had an issue. Let's have a look, see what's happened to Mini. We got the Dipper all wrong. That is very unfortunate. It can be coming into the Dipper through Skyline can be a little bit tricky sometimes. Very Stealth now has Bry right behind him, going down Conrod Straight. Can Bry get close enough to Stealth before the chase? Or will Bry have to wait a bit longer to get that opportunity to pass him? And Phaser there is in 12th. He is trying to close the gap. He is gradually on Peter, and there's a yellow flag. Let's see what's happened. There was a yellow flag somewhere. Oh, looks like Grasshopper had another off. Oh. Okay, so he's coming, Grasshopper's coming down towards Murray's corner. Oh, too much acceleration, and he's spun the car out. That is really unfortunate for him there. Grasshopper is not having the best of races. He has spun twice for this race, so he's not having the best of races at all. The Stealth is there in 9th, not far behind Grasshopper now, with Bryce still right behind Stealth, going up Mountain Straight, with Mini there in 11th, Phaser there in 12th. So anyway, we're on lap 5, with Storm still in 1st, coming up through Skyline, and going into the Dipper. Hopefully he can get through it without taking it nice and easily. With the Osman there in 2nd, racing towards, he is definitely closing that gap. Now they're both on Conrad Straight. The gap is gradually closing between the two of them. The fastest lap is 2 minutes 3.4 by Osman. Peter has still got third position, with Unforgiven is now in fourth, but chasing Peter down, with Rufus there in fifth, chasing down Unforgiven. Let's go on board with Unforgiven as he comes around Murray's corner without an issue. Now going down the pit walk, coming into Hell's Corner, going up Mountain Straight now. Rufus is dropping off a little bit from him now, but he is still there. He can only just about see Peter at the moment as Unforgiven comes through Griffin's Bend. And now he's going to come through the cutting. And he's going to go through Quid's Corner. Where I've misspelled that, I think. I'm not 100% sure of the name. Now he's coming on to Skyline. Out of Skyline into the Dipper. Coming down to the bottom of the Dipper into Forest Elbow. And he is definitely closed that gap on Peter now. Coming down Conrod Straight. It's only a matter of time before Unforgiven closes that gap completely on Peter. What about Rufus? Rufus has really dropped off from Unforgiven. Coming through the chase. And now coming through Murray's Corner once again. So obviously there's Rufus there in fifth, Deck there in sixth, Silly there in seventh, Grasshopper in eighth, Stealth there in ninth. He's got Minnie all over his rear bumper, looking to try and get past as they come through Murray's Corner. Phaser is right there as well, so this is a three-way battle here for ninth. With Bry, he's well back, spinning again in 12th, coming out of the chase. But anyway, last time out was, obviously this is round 6, last time out was round 5 at San Croix B. Race 1, Storm won it, with Grasshopper finishing in second and Deck finishing third. Race 2, Storm won it again, with Phaser finishing second and Peter finishing third. So let's see how they all do at the moment. It's looking all... yep. And so far, Stormfly has won majority of the races this season. So the Storm does still have the lead, with Aussie is still there in second. Peter is there in third. He's now got Unforgiven even closer to him now in fourth position, wanting that position off of him. With Rufus there in fifth. Rufus has actually, looks like he's closed that gap on Unforgiven now. Deck there in sixth, Silly is there in seventh, Stealth is there in eighth. And did you know Stealth is one of the world's biggest stealthy person? If that makes sense. He's got the mini egg, got Minnie in ninth. He created the mini egg, so that's why he's called Minnie. Phaser in 10th, Grasshopper in 11th, and you know Grasshopper trims hedges for a living. And Bry is in 12th. He's a mechanic in real life, I believe. And Storm in first. He He commands the storms out there to bend to his will. Anyway, storm just coming through just about to come through Skyline now to go onto the Dipper, with Ozzy now coming onto the Dipper himself. He is all purple, looking for another fast lap. With Peter there in third. He's now got Unforgiven more or less all over his rear bumper. But is Pete going to be able to keep Unforgiven behind him? That is the question. Is Pete going to bow down to the Unforgiven, or is the Unforgiven going to have to retreat and stay in that fourth position? Oh, Peter got that all wrong. And unfortunately, Unforgiven got involved in that. There's nothing either of them could do there. Rufus is there, he's managed to close the gap even more, but he just served a half-second penalty. So when they're coming down towards the coming down towards the chase, coming through it, they are a little bit side by side. Unforgiven tried it, but he wasn't able to. Coming down towards Murray Corner, let's just go on board with Peter while we're watching this. Coming through Murray's Corner down the pit straight into Hell's Corner. Now going up Mountain Straight. With Unforgiven closing that gap as they come towards Griffin's Bend. Looks like Pierre got these gearings a bit wrong there. Going out a bit wide there. He's got Unforgiven all over his rear bumper. And that's allowing Rufus to close the gap on them as well, making this a three-way fight for third position. Albeit got that wrong, hit the wall a little bit, opened up a bit of a gap to Unforgiven. Coming into the Dipper again. Now coming down to the Forest Elbow. Hopefully he can get out through this corner without an issue this time. Yeah, he can. So can Unforgiven, and so does Rufus. Like Rufus looked like he nearly lost it then, but he managed to keep it going. He does have that little bit of a gap to Unforgiven at the moment. With Unforgiven there, they're both coming down towards the chase, but Peter's still managing to hold him there, but he is being put under a lot of pressure by Unforgiven at the moment. Coming through to Hell's Corner once again. Oh, Peter goes out a little bit wide. Looked like he went out a little bit wide there, but he didn't. But going up the mountain straight once again. Unforgiven has a look. Will Unforgiven ready to get him here in Griffin's Bend? No, he can't. He is trying to. Goes a bit wide there for Unforgiven. That allows Peter to keep that place, and now Rufus is looking to try and get past as well, but he's not able to. Decadence is there in 6th. He's got a silly shot there in 7th, chasing him down, with Minnie there in 9th. Stealth there in 9th, Phaser in 10th. Unforgiven is well back now in 11th. I think he had another spin. And Brian Mechanic even further back in 12th. So Stormageddon on lap 10, 3 laps to go. He is still leading this race. With the Oz there in second, and Oz is right there now, catch right on his, more or less nearly right on his rear bumper. Looking at their times, Ozzy's fastest lap is a 2:03.005. Storm's fastest lap is a 2:03.54, so it's like half a second gap between the both of them. But now Ozzy is right there, right behind him now, looking to get that lead off of Stormageddon. Oh, Storm hits the wall a little bit. That's going to allow Osman to close that gap even more as they come into the dipper now. Storm is in the Merc, the AMG 20, and Osman is, I think he's in Aston Martin. I think Oz is in Aston Martin, I think. But anyway, they've now gone through Forest Elbow onto Colonel Straight, and Oz is pulling in the Stormageddon. Is Oz going to be able to go for a pass here on the at the chase? They are side by side. Oz is just ahead of Storm coming through the chase, coming down to Murray's Corner, with Oz in the lead for the first time of the race. But Stormageddon is not letting Oz get away as they come through Murray's Corner, going on to Hell's Corner, still battling it out for that first position. So Peter is on lap 11. He's still got that third position, with Unforgiven still chasing him down as they come into Murray's Corner. Oh, looks like Peter got that all wrong coming out of Murray's Corner. Peter coming as battling with Unforgiven, and Rufus is just a little bit further on, coming around Murray's Corner. Oh, he took that too wide, hit the grass, and oh, he didn't spin it, but he's lost a lot of time and he's lost 2 positions, so that's really unfortunate for Peter after all the effort of keeping Unforgiven behind him. So that's allowed Unforgiven to get up to 3rd, and Rufus is now up to 4th position, but Rufus is chasing down Unforgiven. Can Rufus, this lap, another lap left, is Rufus going to be able to catch Bossman, or is Bossman going to be able to, he is already opening up that gap to Rufus, so doesn't look like there's anything like that Rufus will do, but I think Rufus being there in 4th, he will be happy with a 4th place position. Peter there in 5th now, and then there's a big gap to Silly, who's there in 6th. He's got deck all over his rear bumper in 7th, looking to try and get that 6th place off of him as they come through Skyline. And now onto the dipper. I would also like to, while I'm watching these two, I'd like to give a shout out to our sponsors for this season of Stubby and EAC Eldridge Air Conditioning. Also, if you like what you're seeing, remember to like, comment and subscribe. And for any new drivers who are watching who aren't with URL, sign up, get racing with us, because you'll love it here with us, because we're the best, one of the best communities on Facebook. Well, in my opinion, we are. So Mini there in 8th. He's all on his own. With Stealth there in 9th. Vader there in 10th. Grasshopper there in 11th. And Brian the Mechanic well back there in 12th. He's not had a great race at all for race 1. So anyway, we are on the final lap, ladies and gentlemen, with Osman in the lead. Storm has dropped back. I think he must have had a spin somewhere, because he has really fallen back. So it looks like Oz could have this race in the bag as he comes through Skyline and into the Dipper for the final time. And now coming into Forest Elbow. Shortwell coming into Forest Elbow shortly as he comes out of the Dipper into Forest Elbow. Now on to Conrad Straight for the final time. Storm there coming down. Just lapping Briley Mechanic. Unforgiven there in 3rd. Rufus there in 4th. We should probably go back up to the Oz, because he's just coming up to the chase now. And now coming down to Murray's Corner for the final time. Gets round it without an issue. And Oz takes victory at Bathurst for race 1. So congratulations to him. Storm is coming down, coming down towards Murray's Corner for the final time now. He will take 2nd. Unforgiven will take 3rd, unless he doesn't get this wrong, which he doesn't. So Unforgiven takes 3rd position. So that's 3 podium positions. So congratulations to the top 3. Rufus would be very happy with that 4th position, especially as he only lost to the 3 fastest guys in here. Peter takes 5th, C takes 6th, Deck takes 7th. Mini will take 8th. Stealth will take 9th. Phaser will take 10th. Grasshopper will take 11th spot, as Bry has finished already. I don't think Grasshopper will be very happy with this race. 2 or 3 spins in this race. Not a very good race for him at all, unfortunately. But there'll be race 2, so that is the finishing lineup. Anyway, that was that. I will see you, thank you for watching, and I will see you shortly for race 2.